see what I see. See what I see.
She's just a liar, and she's just making it worse. She's
But reason I don't know why they would, because they can't prescribe things.
Mm.
And I don't know. It's just something I've never heard of. I'm not going to say they wouldn't do it, but it's just something I've never seen.
Mm.
yeah. Well, I just think she's just a liar, and she's just making it worse.
But I agree with Clue. It's like she gets herself in a bind, and then she just digs a bigger and bigger hole, and it just gets worse and worse. Instead of just saying, I don't care, believe me or not, done. Move on.
I'm waiting to see the hole she digs based on the hole she started last night.
Oh, it's going to be epic. I'm so here for it. I may even stay up late.
That was literally, we were both talking about this in the background. I'm like, this was the single dumbest thing I've ever seen happen on the internet. Like, how dumb do you have to be to do that?
Right?
Well, I don't know if it's the dumbest thing. Those people that invested into Logan Paul's micro shares of his Pokemon of a Charizard card and figured that they got scammed are pretty dumb. If you don't know, basically he got like a card, and he would wear as a necklace, and he joined with this shady company to sell micro shares of ownership of the card. And he's like, I only owe 49%, but I still hold this card, and you guys can own pieces of it. That was pretty dumb of those people, and they lost all their money.
But of all the things she does that was so easy to avoid. It's just messy, wasn't it?
True, because she's fucking an idiot. She doesn't know when to just like really just like she doesn't have someone that comes in there and says, hey, kind of got caught red-handed. Maybe you shouldn't continue to lie. Like it didn't really work out too great when you lied to everyone about not sleeping.
Everybody could potentially have his information now, especially his social security number. Oh,
very true. Very, very true.
And then in the chat after that she cancelled, they were all like, oh, he needs to lock down all his whatever, because there could be fraud in him and his tax info and, or I don't know, credit, lock his credit down. They were all panicking in the chat. A bit late.
I never understood why she did that. That's so stupid. That was so stupid. It's like, I'm going to show you. And it's like, everyone pay attention. Here's Craig's social security number. Here you go. Here's the social security number. Guys, don't worry.
And at least we saw all the columns on his. She didn't show all 3 columns, did she? Well, I haven't watched everything because it's a subject that I'm not an expert in. We definitely saw what he failed on.
Yeah, he failed in life. Anyway.
Apart from that.
I mean, he pretty failed. He failed in life. Locked and loaded, nobody. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but.
I mean, THC, marijuana, it's not a biggie, but if you're being investigated, I guess, and it's illegal, then I guess it could have I don't know, how serious could the ramifications be, or is it not a biggie?
What, marijuana?
Well, the fact, like where I live, obviously it's illegal. I mean, I don't know. Here, like they know people do it, and unless you're growing it and to supply.
Yeah, usually it's kind of like how the United States treats alcohol drinking on the curb. As long as you have the alcohol in the bag that hides it, the cops are probably not going to stop you.
Yeah, same there, yeah.
So it's like out of sight, out of mind type of deal. So is it illegal, marijuana in that state?
Well, I was told it was. A lot of people said to me it is. And for medicinal purposes, but I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like at the end of the day, I think that's a pretty stupid law. It should be legal, but I don't think there's anything wrong with a person smoking. Like, it's actually he probably would have been better off just smoking weed and not drinking.
Drinking, yeah.
To be completely honest with you, he'd probably be way better off, in my opinion.
But
this is what she showed cropped off. Everything, the important stuff is cropped off so that nothing is shown but the results here. Now, why she didn't show her test like this, I don't know, but she only showed the one column of her test where it said negative. His is all of these. You know what I mean? Like it shows all of these.
Yeah.
And it says they did not test for buprenorphine, it looks like.
No, they didn't.
So if you have a prescription for it, they're not going to test for it because it's a very expensive test. So before they win, they ask you, are you on any medications? Yes, I'm on medications. What medications do you take? I go to a medication facility. That's what I take those every day. Okay, what dose do you take every day? I take such and such dose every day. People who are on, this is another thing. For people who don't know, because there's a lot of people in the chat who don't know. So for those who go into rehab, right? You're on heroin and you're having trouble, you've ruined your life, you're ready to get clean, you go into rehab. You go into rehab, you're like, I'm not going to be able to just cold turkey stop. Not going to happen. A lot of people cannot do that. They just cannot live that way. That's not a possibility for them. So that's where MAT medication comes into play. People can get clean using MAT medications to, you know, stop the addiction to street drugs. It is a legit prescription from a doctor. So if you're prescribed medications from your doctor, say you're prescribed an antidepressant or you're prescribed Xanax and you're prescribed Vicodin, when you go to the doctor to take your drug test, you tell them, I am prescribed Vicodin, I am prescribed Xanax. So if it comes up positive, they already know for a fact it's either going to drop positive, they're not even going to test you for it. Because they know for a fact you're going to come up positive for it. You have this medication, you're prescribed this medication, so you're allowed to have it in your test, whether you do or you don't, you're allowed to have it, so it doesn't matter. Testing for Suboxone is very expensive. So if you have a prescription for it or they know you go to the doctor for it, they're not going to run that test. Period. It's just what it is. If you don't believe me, call and ask. I don't know if that's what they did or not. I don't know if that's why they tested them or didn't test them. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you go in to take a drug test, they will ask you, what medications are you on? What medications are you prescribed? And that's a fact. This is his test. I don't know why they did or did not test for this. I don't know. I have no idea. She says they did it. They sent it to the lab. So her answer to why they didn't test for this is because they did. They sent it to the lab. They did test for it. They sent it to the lab. That's what BJ said right out of her own mouth. It says on the test that it was not even tested for.
Well, so there's a reason for that, right? It's not like you can say, oh, I'm going to give this 10 panel rapid test, but I don't want this tested for. It's built in. You don't get to like pick and choose what you're testing for. It's why there's a difference in like a 10 panel 14-5, right? Because they're
Is
already
this a
built in.
lab test or is this rapid?
This is the rapid, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. This would be the rapid because there's someone physically marking down the results.
And she said she got her test back from CPS, right? Or is that what this is? Or
No, this is just his. But the thing
from
she
where?
showed,
The hospital, the CPS.
no, this would be from the actual clinic. Like this would be where they were ordered to go down there.
Sent them to go.
Right. So what she showed was a printout from, I'm assuming, the lab results or whatever, and it says negative, and then it lists all of the things at the bottom.
Right. Yeah, either way, it's still a fact that they're not going to test for Suboxone if you're prescribed for it or if you go to a clinic. They're not going to. It's an expensive fucking test. They're not going to test. They're not going to.
I couldn't see
I know.
CPS ordering that.
Take drug tests. I used to have to take drug tests